Hello and welcome to another video from Double Rail. Today we're doing another 15 minutes of modeling, and it is Tuesday, November 26th, 2019. So you can see here, I kind of cleaned up in front of the roadway here where I had spilled some brown paint. I actually used this acrylic pavement stuff, and I painted it on over the top of the sandpaper, and then sort of just brushed it in with my hand and so on with a foam brush, and then when after it dried I kind of made these markings with my hand, and it turned out pretty well. I also dropped some of the spray brown paint in here again with the foam brush just to fill it out. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using our aged concrete. It's a flat color, and we're going to be painting the sleepers through here, and then I'll also hopefully be using a PVA water mix to secure the rest of this stuff in before we start ballasting. Alright, so I'm going to start off by giving this a good shake, and we got 15 minutes or so to try to get all this done. So we put together a Worley playlist, so I'll put a link to that in the description, and if I get a chance I'll put it in a card in this video. So we're just going to mix up the paint here as best as possible, and I'm going to start painting these sleepers. I'm going to start down here. You can sort of see the rail color. It turned out pretty okay. So I'm going to start down. That's off camera, so yeah, move the camera. So I'm going to start probably about here and move my way up. I'll see how much of this I can get done. So we got Thanksgiving coming up in a couple of days here in the United States, so we might do a video or two for that. Now I'm not too worried about getting the paint on the baseboard here, mainly because I am going to be ballasting this, so it won't really matter. Trying not to get it on the rail though. So not much going on with the layout. I've got a bunch of things I'm working on. We'll have the advent calendar videos popping up pretty soon, and hopefully people will enjoy those. So if there's something you'd like to see in the advent videos, put your request in now. We've got half of them filled, I think, so trying to get certain parts of the layout finished before I had to film too many of them, but not quite sure that's going to happen or not now. Let's see, interesting videos. There's been quite a few good Worley videos. I think Simon on Trains started to upload some that were layout specific, which was kind of cool. And so I've got some of those added to the playlist. In terms of things that are going on with Double Rail, got a lot of 3D printing stuff that I'm wrapping up this weekend, so it's a long weekend too, so I've got most of Wednesday, which is tomorrow, and then Thursday will be Thanksgiving, so I won't get too much done then. But then we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I should get a good chance to get a lot of projects sorted out, some filming done, and some 3D printing stuff sorted out. So this is starting to look pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera, because what I want to do next is before I paint, you can see there if I zoom in, but it's starting to look a bit better. So I'm going to go kind of seal this stuff in with the PVA glue mix. So I'm going to give it a good shake. This is at a point now where I'm quite happy with it, so I'm going to move the house out of the way though, because it's not finished, as well as this car. And we're basically going to saturate this as much as possible. Actually, I should have, now I thought of it, saturated it with the spray first. Now this is IPA. It smells funky, but alright. Now this should be a little bit better. Should hopefully not. Yeah, it's gonna work a lot better. You want to give it a good soaking so that it all soaks in here. And I'll do something similar with the ballast later, but this is basically just to get everything kind of actually glued in rather than just sitting there. It's a good time to sprinkle over with any extra stuff that you might want to do, but I'm just going to soak this in so it seals things up pretty good. I think that's should be good enough. Alright, and so we're going to move the camera back down here and continue with the painting. Looks like we have about 5 or 6 minutes left. That's why I wanted to get that part of it done. Now since I film on the layout here, especially at the truck cam when I get a chance to get it back up and running, you're going to want to make sure that you paint the sleeper on both sides. I haven't been painting the inside edge of the sleeper. I'm going to wait and get probably a ladder or something, or a taller step stool so I can reach in there comfortably, because right now I'm kind of reaching over from a lower height. So I saw a couple of people that were doing the 15-minute a day, so it's kind of cool that some folks are starting to do that as well. So a lot of people didn't want to commit to doing it on camera. I guess the editing and the filming and stuff does take a bit of time. In fact, I'm a little bit behind on the editing. Probably still going to be behind on the editing for this video too, but we'll get caught up over the holiday, hopefully. Now tomorrow I'm going to do a different project. I'm going to give this thing a break because you guys might be sick of seeing this. So we'll move on to a slightly different project and have a few on the go at a time. That's just for my own sanity too. I get bored of doing the same thing over and over again after a while, especially if it takes too long. Alright, so we got to the point now where this part of where I've just sprayed is still very wet. So I'm going to move the camera back and just start painting this section through here instead. And I'll do the other lot later. Now, the cool thing with this paint too is it'll hide some of the track pins that we have in place, so it'll also give you a base to add things like track grime, and kind of hides the spillage of the brown paint. Now, you'll see that the track is a little lighter than I would normally weather it, and the reason for that is I'm going to probably use something like this track grime from Hatton's, or the Rail Match sleeper grime, or maybe a combination of both. To darken up the track, so it'll eventually look pretty much okay by the time it's finished. If I started off from a darker base, it might end up being a little too dark, which is what I've had happen in other sections of the layout. Yeah, it looks like I've got like 2 minutes left, so I'll try to get through some of this. Let's see. So if you've got any videos you want me to do, or you want to talk about something, or you want me to plug something, you know, just stick it in the comments below and I'll mention it in an upcoming video. So one of the things I am working on is I'm 3D printing some rolling stock. So if there's a loco or a wagon or a coach or something that you can't get a hold of that you think would be a good candidate for 3D printing, go ahead and stick it in the comments below. I do have some stuff in the pipeline, so you should see that in an upcoming video pretty soon. So I think this paintbrush isn't that great. These are Amazon cheap paintbrushes, and I'm starting to think they're causing me more problems than they're helping me with. Might want to switch to a different brush. Got a couple of different ones, so I might try a different one. in the next video. But yeah, this is definitely causing me some issues with the paint here. Alright, so I'm coming up on my 15 minutes, so I got some of the painting done. And it's a bit of a tedious task, so I think I'm going to actually finish this myself manually, just to get it done, rather than having you guys painstakingly watch me paint sleepers by hand. So I'm gonna go finish this tonight, and then I've got a project I'm gonna work on tomorrow, so you'll see that, and then we'll hopefully get back to this on Thursday or Friday. All right, so that's it for today's video. Hope you guys found it enjoyable, and until next time.